Hi, this is George from The Return of the King. Today is our high watch day for those of you who have been watching my channel. Today is the day of Pentecost as determined by Torah calendar. It begins on 5:17 at sunset, and you can see the sun is just set here, and it goes until 5:18 on sunset tomorrow. And the moon has just entered the constellation at sunset, the constellation of Cancer. And tomorrow it will be over here, and it'll be just starting to leave at sunset, leaving the constellation of Cancer. And the rapture theory that I've been kind of talking about is the sign of the rapture occurs when the moon is in the constellation of Aries, which is down here, which you can't quite see. And then 7 days later, the rapture would occur when the moon is in the constellation of Cancer. And that's what's happening on Pentecost, as determined by Torah calendar. And there's a bazillion reasons why Pentecost is a really good day for the rapture of the church. We'll soon find out whether today is the day. If it's not the day, don't lose hope, because Jesus is coming super soon. Everything is coming together in ways that we could have never imagined. And God is faithful, and His word is true, and the Bible is true, and it's all happening as described. And the rapture will occur very, very soon. Now, it was an interesting morning here. I had an interesting dream last night. And in this dream involved Steve again. Steve was in my dream. He was running with me in Egypt. If you've watched my videos, I talk about a race and the sign that the Lord showed me when I was running the race in Egypt. Well, I was running with Steve in Egypt. Steve is a pilot, and him and we used to go to Oshkosh Air Show quite often. Now, in this particular dream, Steve and I were flying this ultralight aircraft, and I just remember we had taken off and we're up in the air, and it's like, I don't know why when we're in the air I'd come to this point where it's like, you know what, we're not really licensed to fly this particular aircraft. You know, we should probably go and land this thing pretty soon before we get ourselves in some type of trouble. And so then what I do is we go and we land the aircraft, and I'm really thirsty, and there's this hangar there, and so I go into the hangar. And there's a woman at the counter, and there's some tables there. And I just said, you know, I'm really thirsty. Like, just get something to drink. And I go and I sit down. And then she comes out from behind the counter, and she brings me this white lingerie, and it has like these angel wings on it. And I'm really confused. I don't know what's going on here. And I start talking to her, and, you know, I just want something to drink here. I'm thirsty. I don't know what's going on. And they start talking to me, and then I kind of get the drift that this place is something that I didn't realize what it was. It's really kind of like a brothel. And so when I figured that out, I just say, you know what? I tell her, you know what? I don't need this. This is, you know what? And I'm out of here. And then I left. And so the interpretation of the dream is pretty simple, is that when we fly away, when we're up in the air, the fallen angels, you know, the aliens, they're going to be masquerading as angels of light. They're going to come down. And that's what the whole lingerie thing, if you understand, with the Nephilim, the 200 angels, they descended on Mount Hermon. They saw the women, they lusted after them, and then they mated with the women, and then that's where you create the giants and the Nephilim. That's where that all comes from. And the Nephilim and the angels, the fallen angels, they're all coming back. They're going to be masquerading as aliens to fool the human race, and they're going to explain the rapture away. And they're going to say, you know, we're taken to another place so we could mature spiritually. And so that's kind of what I take the dream to be showing about, is that we go up, they come down. Get up this morning, I always check my my brokerage account, because I trade all the time. I have trades going on. Right now I don't have much going. I just have a trade in silver going on right now. And so over the weekend I trade options, and they expire over the weekend, and then so the value changes, like on Saturday they get settled. So this morning when I looked to see what the my overall profit for the year was, it was $666.11. And we all know what the 666 is talking about here. You know, it's the number of the Antichrist, the mark of the beast, all of that kind of stuff, all tied together. And so what's interesting about this is that the number 11 is important here too, because if we look up the significance of the number 11 from Bollinger's Scripture and Numbers, basically it says here, though, so that whether we regard it as being 10 plus 1 or 12 minus 1, it is the number which marks disorder, disorganization, imperfection, and disintegration. And so we know that's what's going to happen during the tribulation. It's going to be a time of trouble, one heck of a big mess. And what's interesting too here is if you look at this account number, I opened this account number in December of this account in December of 2017. And remember, like, I was really shocked when I got the statement. I was like, what account is this that I have that has a 9? The last 4 digits are 9777. And again, this was in December of 2017. And so it's interesting because that was a very, very interesting month. That was 3 months after the Revelation 12 sign. And it's when I started to think about Pentecost, not so much focusing on Feast of Trumpets, but thinking about Pentecost as being the date, the time to look at, when the rapture would occur, and that the rapture is connected to Pentecost. And during that month of December, in December of 2017, my mother-in-law, whose name is Joanne, on December 28th, she passed away. She went to be with the Lord. And so that was in December of 2017, the same time I opened up the account with the 9777. Now here's what gets really interesting, because when she died, on December 28th, she died at the age of 77. And not only that, but when she died on her birthday. Now, her name is Joanne, and in Hebrew, Joanne means grace by Yahweh, God is gracious. And so when we get raptured, the age of grace, the church age, is going to come to a close. And again, this is one of the things that happened back in 2017 that got me started thinking about Pentecost. I was already looking at it, but this just kind of reinforced that notion here, because the age of 77, her birthday, and what her name means. And it says, again, this is from Bollinger. It's the number of Jubilee. 50 is the number of Jubilee or deliverance. It is the issue of 7 times 7 and points to the deliverance and rest following on as the result of the perfect consummation of time. And when he says perfect consummation of time, because 7 has to do with completion, so you get 7 times 7. If you think of Pentecost is 7 weeks of 7, and then on the 50th day it's Pentecost, and the Jubilee follows the same pattern. 7 years of 7, then on the 50th year it's the Jubilee. And so you see this whole pattern pointing to Pentecost here. So the reality is Jesus is coming really, really soon. He may be even coming today, but if it's not, it's going to be super soon. As far as I'm concerned, every day is a high watch day. I really hope it happens in the next 24 hours. That would be great. But if not, just be patient. It's coming super, super soon. And again, I just want to thank you all for watching. God bless, and I hope to see you all very, very soon.